Good day everyone, my name is Manessa Maxilom and I am from the Cebu Tech Danao. With me is my manuscript on my speech entitled The Eldest Daughter Syndrome. It was a privilege to have shared this knowledge to you. Thank you so much for sparing your time. The Eldest Daughter Syndrome. Skwila og tarong kay ikaw ray makababalay nato pohon are the native words I often hear my mother tell me when I was just starting to have my college life. First year Manessa. I was just a freshman. However, I do not know what to feel at that time. Maybe because I did not think about it much. But as the day passed by, reality hit me. The phrase that my mom told me when I was just a freshman transitioned to hunger and inspiration. And of course, many of you will laugh and even ask, why are you inspired? Isn't she a horrible mom for pressuring you at that phase of your college life? I think I would expect that. But it's okay, because we have different points of views, different judgments, and different states of living. But if I could respond, I would humbly answer, why would I label my mother as a horrible mom if maybe I think she saw the potential in me to help our family to have a better life, maybe in the future soon? Even with a shy smile on my face. I will admit that at first it made me pressured, and the weight on my shoulder is somehow unbearable. But as I get to realize that my mother trusts me and believes in me, I guess that's how eldest daughters are expected to be. Now, I will be telling you about what eldest daughter syndrome is. Eldest daughter syndrome is when the oldest girl in a family takes on too much responsibility and stress. It is a colloquial term used to describe the complex experience of being the eldest female identifying child. If you're a big sister or the oldest girl in your family, you probably have a sense of what we're talking about. Responsibilities are handed to the eldest daughters not with ceremony or warning, but with quiet assumption. In this speech, I will be sharing to you the navigating challenges of eldest daughter syndrome, then the scientific evidence of eldest daughter syndrome, and finally its psychological impact. Eldest daughters often assume duties at an early age, a burden that can shape personality, behaviors, relationships, and well-being throughout childhood, adolescence, and adulthood. According to San Francisco therapist Dr. Abigail Lev, the dynamics within a family depend on factors such as the number of siblings. Suppose she is put into a parentified role where she has to mother, nurture, or take responsibility for these younger siblings. In that case, it can have a significant impact on her relationship and interactions with them. In my own personal experience, being the eldest daughter of an eldest daughter, I instantly became a default caregiver of our family, wherein I did matured at the very young age, learning how to handle things on my own without depending myself on anyone, because that's when I believed that if I had the capability to do it on my own ways, then I won't be needing a help from someone. I often encounter high expectations around achievements and responsibilities by my family. I have also read an article in which a therapist based in San Francisco says, the eldest daughter or eldest siblings in general are kind of like the test sibling, because they are the first child. The next child gets better treatment, benefiting from the learnings from the first child, in which I also agree, because I have observed that sometimes I'm not being prioritized compared to my other siblings, where I was expected to set a gold standard example for my siblings. The psychological toll of being the eldest daughter isn't always visible, but it is always present. When the room has cleared and the crisis is over, she's left sitting with the ache of being everything for everyone and nothing for herself. And worse, it teaches her that her worth is conditional, earned only through utility, through sacrifice, through silence. Perfectionism often emerges as her armor, not because she wants to be perfect, but because she's terrified of what happens if she isn't. A single mistake doesn't feel like a mistake. It feels like a collapse, like letting everyone down, like confirming the fear she carries in the back of her mind, that maybe love is earned only through excellence. So she overcompensates. She becomes hyper-aware, hyper-responsible, hyper-capable. She doesn't ask for help because she's convinced that needing anything makes her a burden. Instead, she folds herself into something digestible, predictable, helpful, and good. To end this, I would like to end with a quote from a therapist from San Francisco, Dr. Abigail Lev. The eldest daughter usually has the most expectations or responsibilities placed on her, feeling pressured to succeed, achieve, or take care of the family. They're more likely to feel shame and guilt, but also tend to be more independent. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you so much for your time. Once again, this is Manessa Maxilom from Cebu Tech Danao.